Where's right back at you. Blood is me. It's the killer nigga from the FTV. Nah, it's Duse M's the Don. We back at you with the content. Byron Blake got the content. 3 days straight, he's been drilling, sliding down to the valley. Valley. That nigga looking for Wack. He gunning at that nigga. Hey, shout out Dream 4 TV. We gonna get into his content also. And at the conclusion of running all of this, we'll release it to y'all. And tonight, y'all can tap in because this gonna be the content. So, hit that like button if you're just coming in. It's like taking your shoes off at a gangster's front door before entering. Also, subscribe if you ain't did that. Salute to everybody and all the new subscribers. We really appreciate that. We doing about 500 subscribers a month, which is a good pace. Let's up that to 1,000 a month. You dig? Let's get to running our marathon and lapping these cats, right? Because they don't do journalistic research. They have no credibility. They are mysteries without no history, and they can't read paperwork. So we ain't going to keep talking. What we going to do is get to the content, right? So Byron Blake raises an interesting question. WACK100 proclaims that he's the messiah of paperwork. He's calls out all of the snitches, him and the exposers. Well, we know the Crip cop already got seal files that have brought into question whether or not he had told on somebody to get out of that trafficking. Not the other one. Scandalous gave you that one. You know what I'm saying? That was just the possession of weed. And we told you why that was sealed, because after so long, it gets sealed at or whatever. The trafficking. You said you were going down there to go get that Crip cop, Christopher Love boys. You didn't go get it. You know what I'm saying? You done made more excuses than a nigga going to jail and why you wasn't going to go get it. Loose Coochie Ashley. Loose Biles. You talk about Tremaine Williams. He's a snitch, just like his daddy. We watched him implicate Big U in multiple crimes. Rico the Rat Rose, we watched him do the same thing. And Crackhead Eddie. Crackhead Eddie Kane. Eddie Kane's back smoking cocaine, stealing money again. Eddie Kane, Crackhead Eddie. So their whole crew is definitely under scrutiny for working with law enforcement at one point or another. Me with Crackhead Eddie, we talking about Tone from 111. Yeah, we just wondering why when they gonna come out with the work, but that'll be exposed sooner rather than later either. And then he said he talked to the police already, to the feds already, investigating Big U. So yeah, bro, we know what's going on with him and Rose. I mean, how many murder scenes murder mysteries is he trying to solve on this channel in the dark? He gets to breaking down murders in the dark. But Byron Blake says WACK100 talking about everybody paperwork but his own. Is he solid enough for the job? And he dives into the Texas gun case. Well, it was 3 guns to be specific. That him and his brother Robert Jones, Bob Jones, Cash Jones, CS2 back, nigga. That's that nigga name. But it was they were caught with 3 pistols, about 800 rounds of ammunition, if you believe CS2 back himself. I didn't say it. It's what he said. Crossing multiple states, caught in Wheeler County, Texas, pulled over by Deputy Darren Chase, The K9 comes, sniffs him out because he got alerted. They find the weapons and some kind of little thing that smelled like weed. I guess it was the thing to roll the weed up in that his brother probably did, because we don't know Wack from doing drugs except the night with Whitney Houston. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was smoking crack cocaine. Now whether he hang with Eddie Kane. Now whether he's cool with Eddie Kane. That nigga was in Ray J was in there smoking crack cocaine with Whitney Houston, man. That's in the deposition, and we need to bring that back up. But in any event, he says that the feds came all the way from their office, traveled, I think, minimum 4 hours, just to tell him they weren't picking up the case. Imagine that. They didn't email it, fax that information. They wanted to tell him personally. Oh, this is nasty work. Let's get to it.
The crazy part about it is he got a little group of minions that's working with him behind the scenes and acting like they don't know what's going on at the same time. But they kicking up a lot of dust. So much dust that they done start showing up in my algorithm every time I open my phone up. So I'm watching a video today. And in this video, this dude is describing, that bald head guy out there at the top. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He is describing his arrest in Texas. This video a couple years old, but I'm listening to it, and just recently here, I talked to him about this situation. He was trying to convince me to come on his platform, and we had a conversation, and I'm like, man, this don't sound like the same story that he told me. So I went back and did some, listening again, and I compared them, and I'm like, wow. And it makes you wonder, who is the guy really? Like, he out here got everybody under the microscope about their paperwork and if they snitching or not. And he got plenty of accusations on him, but I haven't personally decided to really dig into his paperwork and break it down. So I think it's about time we do that. But before I do that, I want to let y'all hear this same story and, hear it from my perspective so y'all can see what this is about. Check this out.
It's the law offices of Hupy and Abraham.
Call Hupy and Abraham right now.
Hit that like button.
Shout out to bail, man, because they give the option. I know one thing. I was out on bail for 5.5 years, 6 years on paper, fighting, 800 rounds, weapons, 7-8.
Let's start there. 800 rounds of ammunition and 3 guns. And let's start there. That's a lot to process. But he said he fought this case for 6 years. Only cases I know that went that long was big RICO cases in the feds or murder cases in the LA County jail. This is out of the ordinary. This is abnormal. This is weird. When you start seeing weird shit and niggas with cases, your rat antennas need to go up.
Weapons. I was out on bail 6 years. Every Thursday, I had to call in to the bondsman to check in. But he wouldn't have gave me that bail, life would be different right now. And I was in Texas, Aubrey. I was in the racist part of Texas. I was in Willard County, Shamrock, Texas. Population 1,300. That's where I got pulled over on the 40. I was about 30 or 40 miles from the Oklahoma border. And I got pulled over. The paperwork up on my Instagram. Pull the case up. Check it out. Like, it was about 6 years. Yeah. Pulled me over for a speeding ticket. Took my license, registration, insurance. Came back to the window. Gave me a warning citation. As you know, I was in custody once he had my documents. Once he gave me that citation, I signed for it, and he handed me back my license, registration, insurance with the ticket. I was released from custody. It took 4 steps away from the car, tapped on the window, and said, yo, will you give me consent to search your vehicle? I asked him, why are you talking to me right now? Has there another infraction been violated? No, it haven't. I said, well, no, I don't give you consent to search my vehicle. He pulled his gun on me, make us get out the car. Nobody's on parole, probation. There's no marijuana smoke, no scent of marijuana. There's nothing in plain view or plain sight that he could see. None of that. Cuffs us up, sets us on the side of the road. The only thing saved me is the cars in Texas. They got audio and video on, right? So I'm just constantly repeating, I don't give you the consent to search my vehicle. He calls for the drug dog to come out. Drug dog comes out. Dog runs around the car 15 times, no hit.
This is where it's very important to listen to the details in the person's.
So he said that there was no hit when the dog went around. So he's being dishonest. He's more than being dishonest. He's telling a bold-faced lie. The K9 alerted on the vehicle and probable cause search of the vehicle was performed. He said the K9 went around all of these times and didn't get a hit. That was disingenuous. That was a bold-faced lie. Again, why would a thug nigga, a street nigga, be lying to people about his criminal case and the facts thereof, especially when it was dismissed in the interest of justice under unusual, strange, weird circumstances? Rat antennas for CS2 back. Them niggas, they already up, but catch them lying. Oh, and y'all see how I say channel black? After this video, I'll show y'all how channel black always, he's like a colonizer. The nigga's a swagger jacker. The nigga's trying to steal all of the content I expose and run it like it's his own, run and put his name on it. The nigga does no journalistic research. He tried to say, oh, the nigga E-Band Films gave it to me 2 years ago. Then where you ran it at, nigga? Saying that is true. Where 2 years ago did you run that content, nigga? Where 2 years ago did Cheeseburger Chuck run that content? Where 2 years ago did Ghost run that content? Nigga, it wasn't until I got the documents from Debbie McLaughlin, the clerk of the court in Wheeler County, Texas. And I'm going to show proof of that with the email address. Anybody can feel free to contact her thereafter, right? That you tried to run this and put Channel Black on the paperwork, giving it to all of the big YouTubers as if you or me, like you do journalistic research. That's the same thing that weirdo did with the motherfucking World Star Hip Hop video. I paid this square ass, weird ass nigga $400 to edit the documentary. I sent him my documents. I got the paperwork. I exposed the paperwork. It's all on YouTube. From that, I said I want to do a documentary so everybody could understand everything, the timeline, everything. I paid them $400 because Death of the Clout Chaser wasn't monetized at the time. Yeah, Jess told me, nigga. So I said, okay, I ain't got to give him no thousands of dollars to do it. He'll be happy. His thirsty ass will be happy to get $400 and I get the work that I need done, right? I give him all of the documents. I give him all of the key players. I give him understanding of what's going on, the timeline of what was going on. And the nigga went and he put together the documentary. I released the documentary to World Star Hip Hop. 3 million views on the World Star Hip Hop server. Another 1 million views on the World Star Hip Hop YouTube in 4 days. 4 million views in 4 days. Made No Jumper, made Academics, which crushed WACK100. because he couldn't ignore me. He thought his voice was bigger than me. Nigga, that wasn't that nigga Wave. Nigga, you's a worker. You work for Death in the Cloud Chaser, and I outsource you, nigga. Work for hire. That's Blood new name. Work for hire nerd, nigga. Work for hire nerd. WFHN, nigga. But as you were, I'll show that after this. But as you were, Wack is being deceptive about the facts of the case, lying to the peoples, saying that the K9 never alerted to anything. There were no drugs anywhere to be found. Let's hear it again.
Runs around the car 15 times, no hit.
This is where it's very important to listen to the details in the person's story. Because y'all see Wack is saying they took the dog around the car and they didn't get a hit. But in the paperwork, it says that ultimately the defendant denied the trooper permission to search the vehicle. A K9 was requested, and Deputy Julian Torres arrived with the K9 22 minutes later. The K9 alerted on the vehicle, and a probable cause search of the vehicle was performed. See how different those two stories are?
Is your growth strategy a big deal? We helped facilitate the merger and integration of two energy companies.
Conversation hit that like
he goes in the car anyway. Don't find nothing in the front section of the car. Backseat of the car, you don't find. Goes in the trunk, move this around, move that around. Find the whole Middle East. Cuff us. They take us down to the police station, which is a house. You walk in. They got about 100 pictures of all the sheriffs from back in the when they rode horses on the wall. Stick us in there, tell us we got a federal hold. 5 or 6 days later, Bobot comes up there, tell them it's our type of shit, but the way y'all got him, we don't want to touch it. They dropped the federal hold, gave me a bail.
Now, hearing this part was definitely strange to me because I recall having a personal conversation with this dude not too long ago, and he told me a completely different version of events. He was actually trying to question me about whether or not I carry weapons, which was strange. But in his effort to convince me to say that I do, he started trying to tell me how he got pulled over in Texas. And now in this audio, he's saying that the feds showed up, but they told them they didn't want to get it because of the way that they got the arrest. Basically trying to say that there was something illegal about the stop or the search or whatever. But he told me something completely different. Listen to the reason he told me the feds didn't touch his case.
Georgia's a gun-toting state.
Yeah, no, but not for no felons. Not for no convicted felons. Not for no niggas.
In that situation.
And we coming from St. Louis, nigga, that's a Fed case waiting to happen. Don't no nigga pump no fear in me like that.
No, that's not. I get tired of y'all saying that.
Man,
you talking to a nigga got caught in Texas with a trunk.
Man, you talking to a nigga that got a family full of niggas in the feds.
Listen, you know why the feds couldn't touch me? Because they couldn't prove I crossed state line.
I want to direct your attention to Scarborough versus United States. It's a federal case. It's pretty much the one of the top case laws when it comes to this type of case, right? And it says, in a prosecution for possession of a firearm in violation of the provision of Title VII of the Omnibus Crime Control and Safe Streets Act of 1968, making it a crime for a convicted felon to possess in commerce or affecting commerce any firearm, proof that the possessed firearm previously traveled at some time in interstate commerce is held sufficient to satisfy the statutorily required nexus between possession and commerce. This is so, whereas in this case, the firearm in...
We're going to give y'all a couple names who the feds picked up their gun cases without having to prove that they transported them across state lines. Brick Baby is one. Crit Mac is another one. Any more we need to name? Now let's get back to it.
Question: traveled in interstate commerce before the accused became a convicted felon. The nexus need not be contemporaneous with the possession, Both the text and legislative history of the statute show a congressional intent to require no more than the minimal nexus that the firearm have been at some time in interstate commerce and to outlaw possession broadly with little concern for when the nexus with commerce occurred. And they also provided you with a short version. It is not necessary that the government prove that the defendant purchased the gun in some state other than that where he was found with it, or that he carried it across the state line, nor must the government prove who did purchase the gun. They also said that the government may meet its burden of proving a connection between commerce and the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon if it is demonstrated that the firearm possessed by a convicted felon had previously traveled in interstate commerce. In other words, they don't need to prove that you brought the weapon across state lines. They don't need to prove that you knew who brought the weapon across state lines. All they need to do is prove that the weapon was connected to interstate commerce. Even if it was intended to be, it could have been made in the state, but stolen from a crate that was intended to be shipped somewhere else. And you have affected interstate commerce. So I know you think you smarter than everybody and you be talking circles around people, but I really know this law stuff, bro. And that's not how that goes. They did not decline to charge a convicted felon with a weapon on a federal level because they couldn't prove that you crossed state lines. They don't have to prove that at all.
Well,
yeah, it's looking like
more so,
we're going to have some new paperwork.
Even more so, they wouldn't have to prove it then. In court, the prosecution, in this case, by being the feds, the assistant United States attorney would establish jurisdiction in the indictment, right? In the court proceedings. That's where that'll be handled, nigga. Not because while you're talking to them like he's the lawyer, the judge, the executioner. This nigga crazy. Oh, and don't forget he lied and said he represented his brother, Robert Bob Jones, in the court proceedings in Texas. They let him stand in representation of his brother. Dead homies. That's another lie this nigga said about that. But as you were.
Breakdown. Because as I'm listening to this, it kind of took me back. It reminded me of that time where his comrade, Christopher Lovejoy, got arrested by the feds. And by the time he left the interrogation room, it was just a state case. Y'all remember that? Hands down, one of the funniest stories on YouTube. They sound exactly alike. I ain't gonna lie. When you listen to the two stories, they sound a lot alike.
When you have a vendor and a partner that operates with excellence, is really critical to how we grow.
Conversation.
Here's to chasing fall in Wisconsin and riding a wave of new adventures.
This stay on. I said, I'm gonna show them though. I said, let me get my push-up. I'm clowning now though. I said, let me get my push-up. I start busting down push-up. They said, Christopher, you're trafficking, and you're gonna go down. I said, well, why are we back here in this room, bro? What are we doing? I said, listen, man, no matter what you tell me, I still got to go to court. What the fuck are you talking about? This is my money, and I got a license to carry this marijuana. What the fuck are y'all doing? Well, that money is for, we believe you got that money from selling marijuana. So we're taking the money. I said, you can't take my money. That's my money. I said, give me back my phone. I can log into my bank account. You got a computer? Yeah, we do. I can show you I withdraw that money yesterday. That's my cash. They walked me out the interrogation room to their laptop, to the computer, logged in, U.S. Bank, withdraw, Scottsdale, Arizona. That's my money, bro. That's my cash.
Yeah, yeah. We got to look into you, man. This strange cast of characters you carrying around is looking crazy. We got to look into you, bro. So yeah, Wack, we want to know the truth, man. We don't want to hear no more made up stories. You could get on your platform and go ahead and keep it real with us now, because we're going to get to the bottom of it for real. But we don't want to hear no more made up stories about the feds coming and saying that the search was illegal and all of that stuff. Then you tell me that the feds declined it because they couldn't prove you can't. That's something that That's a trial phase stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like the feds not gonna decline the case. They're gonna pick the case up and make you prove you didn't cross state lines. They got enough information, and as y'all see, they don't even need to prove that. So that didn't make any sense at all. But just even if that were the case, that's still trial phase stuff. That's stuff that you go through after you've been charged. So no, that ain't gonna fly. Man, tap in. You know what time it is. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We got us one.
Shout out to Byron Blake. So that was the first onslaught. See, I like his style. He worked him with a jab. You know what I'm saying? Just whoo, whoo. He worked him with the jab, right? The nigga like, damn, he went soft on him. I'm like, nah, this nigga shy. He know what he doing, bro. Byron Blake is a YouTube assassin, bro. A YouTube assassin. I watched how he did 1090J. We gonna go through all of that and get in all of that to fake blood, nigga. This blood's that motherfucking Mountaineer ain't no motherfucking blood. That nigga's an informant rolling up, sending kites to the police, talking about he trying to get over there with the homies at. Blood, if you don't man up, nigga, I done been in the dorm with 30 motherfucking Crips in the LA County jail, nigga. Nigga still lined up my face, ain't doing no rolling up, nigga. What, nigga, that shit sound foreign, nigga. Y'all niggas be putting these niggas in the same light, fake pussy niggas, in the same light that you put a real nigga. Y'all niggas don't value or understand the value of realness, of authenticity, nigga. Tried and tested. That nigga ain't even been tried and tested and was Spooky Johnson. Y'all is crazy, bro. But we finna get to this part 2. We gonna get to this part 2. Byron Blake, he's surgical. You know what I'm saying? He's surgical. So we gonna get to part 2 of Byron Blake. You know what I'm saying? Byron Blake. I gotta check out his money and see what his music. See what his music is hitting on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what his music hitting on. Damn, that's the wrong one. Hold on. We don't want to go in that order because it's 3. We going through all 3, nigga. Byron Blake surgically dissecting CS2 back. Let's go to this one. Yeah, I think this one is it. No, it's not. Damn. I'll edit a lot of that out, so y'all ain't gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. I ain't editing shit out. Y'all want to make me do some extra work. Forget all of that. So, WACK100 lies about how he ducked the feds and why his Texas gun case was dismissed. We finna get into this. Hit that like button. We finna get into this. Hit that like button. Y'all getting the content. Cash App is at the bottom ticker. Let's go.
Little Millions been kicking up a lot of dust out here in the rap game lately. It's to the point where it's more about the paperwork than it is about the raps. And I told y'all that I was going to dig into this one. I see a lot of people been reaching out. A lot of people been hitting me up in the DM. This is getting a lot of support. They telling me it's time for WACK100 exposed. One thing about this paperwork thing is you got to be on your A game. You can't be out here questioning everybody else's paperwork when your paperwork is still in question. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where the paperwork is all you have to go off of. You don't have a firsthand account or a witness or somebody who was actually affected by the situation. In this situation, though, that's not the case. In this situation, we got Wack's own version in his own words telling us something that does not match the paperwork. Ain't no way we letting that slide. And it's looking like he in cahoots with all of the quote unquote exposers. So we're going to have to take the trash out ourselves. Now, in the last video, I addressed how Wack's story keeps changing when it comes to explaining how he was able to avoid the feds after being a convicted felon caught with multiple guns and lots of ammunition in the state of Texas.
The wall. Stick us in there. Tell us we got a federal hold. 5 or 6 days later, Bobot comes up there, tell them it's our type of shit, but the way y'all got him, we don't want to touch it. They dropped the federal hold, gave me a bail.
All my paperwork is there. I know what I beat my case under, illegal search and seizure. So all you got to do is go Google, right? Reasons for dismissal under the interest of justice. Just go Google it. Texas, nigga, there you go.
But then he personally told me that this was the reason.
Situation, nigga, Georgia's a gun-toting state.
Yeah, no, but not for no felons. Not for no convicted felons. Not for no niggas.
And that situation.
And we coming from St. Louis, nigga. That's a Fed case waiting to happen. Don't no nigga pump no fear in me like that.
No, that's not. I get tired of y'all saying that. Man, you talking to a nigga got caught in Texas with a trunk.
Man, you talking to a nigga that got a family full of niggas in the feds.
Listen, you know why the feds couldn't touch me? Because they couldn't prove I crossed state line.
In the last video, I pointed y'all to this case, Scarborough versus the United States. It's a Supreme Court case. I just wanted y'all to see, learn, and know that the feds do not have to prove that you bought the weapon in another state or that you carried it across state lines, or they don't even have to prove who did carry it across state lines. But that's not the reason that we're here today. So now that we have that recap out of the way, let's get to the business, man. I got the paperwork. So we ain't gonna waste no more time. We about to dive right in. And we gonna see if this paperwork match up to what's been coming out of his mouth. Now, according to this paperwork, these events happened in Wheeler County, Texas. Also, according to this paperwork, on April 16th, 2005, public safety trooper Darren Chase was on routine patrol on Interstate 40 in Wheeler County, Texas, when he conducted a traffic stop of a brown 2005 Cadillac passenger car for traveling 77 miles per hour in an area where the posted speed limit was 70 miles per hour, as confirmed by his radar. After the vehicle came to a stop on the improved shoulder of the eastbound lane, Trooper Chase made contact with the vehicle on the passenger side. As he approached, the driver only rolled the passenger window down about 1/4 of the way. When the trooper requested that the window be rolled down all of the way, he was informed that was as far as the window would roll. During the period of time which the trooper was speaking with the driver and the driver was still in the vehicle, the passenger continued to sleep. The trooper advised the driver, later identified as Cash McElroy Jones, that he had been stopped for speeding. The defendant replied that he was a truck driver and always runs about 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. The trooper then requested identification from both the driver and the passenger. The passenger had to be woken up in order to provide identification. The trooper then asked the driver about his trip and was told that they were going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, because his brother got killed and they had to take his mom back to California for the funeral. He further stated that his brother's body would be flown back, but that his mother could not fly because she weighed over 400 pounds. Upon questioning of the passenger, Robert Jones, the trooper was told that their brother had been killed and that they were going to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the funeral.
Now,
Trooper Chase observed that during the time he was running.
Now, mind you, Wack said that they never put it together until they seen it on TV, and they say, I reckon I would have been on the same mission. He said they never figured out that Zachary Jones was murdered unalived, execution style, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But here it is. He told them that, and his brother told them that. Another lie. Let's go.
In the routine driver's license check, that Cash Jones, the driver of the vehicle, could not stay still. The trooper observed that he was pacing back and forth, bending over and looking back at the vehicle, indicating to the trooper that the driver was nervous. Also, during this period of time, the trooper observed that the car was rented from April 16th, 2005 until April 18th, 2005, and that they were traveling from Palmdale, California to Tulsa, Oklahoma. After completing the warning, the trooper went back to explain it to the defendant. The trooper observed that while he was explaining the warning to the defendant, he grabbed the clipboard quickly and signed his name very quickly. After the defendant had signed the warning, the trooper asked him if he had anything illegal in the vehicle, and the defendant turned away and stated no in a low tone of voice. It was at this point Trooper Chase asked the defendant for permission to search the vehicle, and the defendant became combative at the request. Ultimately, the defendant denied the trooper permission to search the vehicle. A K-9 was requested, and Deputy Julian Torres arrived with the K-9 22 minutes later. The K-9 alerted on the vehicle, and a probable cause search of the vehicle was performed. During the course of the search, troopers located a black rifle, a black shotgun, a loaded black pistol, along with several clips and large amounts of ammunition for each gun. Both the driver and the passenger were arrested for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. A further search of the vehicle revealed a cigarette rolling apparatus which contained the strong odor of marijuana. Just off of that short reading, it's obvious that Wack isn't being honest and the stories are contradictory. He told me that the feds could not pick the case up because they couldn't prove that he was traveling across state lines with the weapons. Well, now we got the paperwork that shows the car was rented from Palmdale, California. You got caught in Texas, and you personally told them that you were on your way to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is all of the proof that the feds need that you were traveling across state lines. But just going, following an evidentiary pattern that like they would do in court, the fact that you rented the car from Palmdale, California, and you got caught in Texas is enough of an indication to them that you were traveling across state lines because the car was rented somewhere and you got pulled over somewhere else. Not to mention the fact that they evaluate things like how long the car was rented for. If you just rented this car on April 16th in Palmdale, California, and then you get pulled over April 16th in Texas, then it's pretty obvious that you have traveled across state lines. Also, legally, they don't have to prove that you personally traveled across state lines with those weapons. All they have to prove is that the weapons were made in another state. If the weapons were made anywhere other than the state where they were found, then that's interstate commerce. If the weapons were made in that state and were intended to be shipped somewhere else but were stolen before they made it there, that's affecting interstate commerce. Last but not least, there is the issue of Wack saying that this case was dismissed because of illegal search and seizure.
All my paperwork is there. I know what I beat my case under, illegal search and seizure. So all you got to do is go Google, right? Reasons for dismissal under the interest of justice. Just go Google it. Texas, nigga, there you go.
Well, according to this paperwork, the defendant's motion to suppress was denied. Yeah, you heard me right. The motion to suppress evidence illegally seized was denied. So how Wack is claiming that he got the entire case thrown out because of illegal search and seizure when the motion to have the evidence thrown out for illegal search and seizure was denied is beyond me. Now, like I said, man, for the last few years, Wack and his crew of minions have been flipping the rap game upside down. You can name your favorite rapper, and one of these guys will jump out of the bushes talking about they got the paperwork. That's how bad it's become. It's to the point where rappers do more views when people talking about their paperwork than they do about their music. The Young Thug situation is a prime example. Young Thug dropped a video with Future, and you see more people reacting to the paperwork than they are reacting to the actual music. And that's where hip hop has gone. I believe it's because, and Wack has stated this on multiple occasions, that he thinks rappers are stupid. He thinks, quote unquote, street niggas are stupid. He thinks that the hip hop in general is stupid. So I feel like it's on me. I got to put this on my shoulders to demonstrate that you can be a real dude. You can be a solid dude. You can be a rapper. You can be what they consider quote unquote a real nigga and not be dumb. Yeah, I've been to prison and I've been through a couple things in my life, but I still have the ability to articulate myself. I still have the ability to read and comprehend, and I can see that you are not being honest about your paperwork. Fact. You got all of these different guys' names in your mouth. You flipping everybody's case upside down and inside out, and people are actually running to you for this. There are people who go to WACK100 just to hear his opinion on the paperwork as if he is some type of credible, outstanding member. And here we have it. Not only is he lying to us, telling us different stories about how the case was thrown out, but the actual paperwork even has a different story. Just think, if he never personally talks to me and tells me this story about the feds being unable to pick his case up because they couldn't prove that he crossed state lines, then I wouldn't have, the insight to look at this paperwork and say, well, you right here telling them that you crossed state lines and that you had intentions on crossing some more state lines. So that makes no sense. If we never have that conversation, I don't have that weaponry. So we have to start scrutinizing the things that come out of Wack's mouth a little bit more. But to be honest with y'all, I feel like a lot of these people who don't do that, let's count the some of the people that are afraid to go at Wack are afraid to go at Wack because they got bad paperwork or they have some type of secret that they don't want the world to know about. And so they would rather, be on his good side than his bad side, because Wack is a master at deflection. Y'all see how everybody that calls him out, the paperwork right there, go Google it. He's telling y'all the wrong information and telling you to go look up the paperwork at the same time, which is completely throwing people off because they thinking, well, if he lying, why would he tell me to go look? But if you actually look at the paperwork, you'll see that he's lying. The stuff that he's saying is not even what he's literally saying. His case got threw out because the evidence was suppressed, illegal search and seizure. And then you can look at it and see that he lost that motion. So it's not even that Wack is just finessing everybody at this point. It's almost like people are unwilling to read. People are unwilling to do the research and look for the information that could expose this dude. And like I said, maybe they got some skeletons. That's how I feel about it, because it's no way he been getting off with this for years now. I've been seeing stuff. I caught him lying a couple times, but I never really got invested in it to the point where I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and shut him up. But like I said, hip hop is in such a down state at this point because we got all of these leeches, all of these culture vultures who call themselves bloggers, or streamers that are literally soaking up all of the hip hop views because they want to keep this stupid controversy going when they not even the guys who qualify to do so. Pick your favorite snitch exposer, and I bet you they probably done did some snitching themselves, or they never even been in trouble or ever been in a situation where they might have had to snitch. These are upstanding citizens with no criminal history at all calling people out for snitching. That's how watered down it has become, because you got guys like Wack who are questionable themselves that get to run around and do this type of stuff. So no, we gonna put a stop to this, man. We about to nip this in the bud. I need y'all to hit that like button, push this video up in the algorithm. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this topic. Is it as obvious to you that Wack is lying as it is to me? Is it as obvious to you that Wack is not keeping it real as it is to me? And why are all these people giving him the authority to, screen everybody else's paperwork without actually questioning his? We got to know, man. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, man. If you new here, this the type of content we bring in. If you're not new here, you most definitely should be subscribed by now. But if not, this is your chance to go do so uninterrupted. Hit that like button for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This WACK100 Exposed. We ain't done. We got some more on the way. I just wanted to break the ice and let y'all know that this dude has not been keeping it real with us. I ain't saying that y'all should go to the comment section on Wack's Instagram and tag at official Byron Blake and say, yeah, Wack, you've been exposed, but it's well within your rights to do so, because he been on here exposing everybody. And I feel like, you know, it is social media. You could definitely go be like, hey, Wack, you've been exposed. You know, I ain't saying you should go to his comment section on Instagram and say, hey, Wack, official Byron Blake just caught you in that lie about how your case was thrown out in Texas. You got some questions to answer. But it's well within your rights to do so. That's all I'm saying. We need to get hip hop on notice that Wack himself got some questions to answer. We need to get hip hop on notice that Wack is lying about his paperwork and see if the exposers are willing to go dig into that. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like I said, it's your boy Byron Blake. I'm out. Hey, yo, whatever platform you listening to your music on,
hey, salute, man. Byron Blake. So that's part 2. So we're going to get rid of that one. And we're going to go ahead and get y'all. We 47 minutes in cooking. Byron Blake cooking. So what I was telling y'all about channel BLK, go on Instagram and troll his comments for me. I'm not telling y'all to go over there and troll his comments like that. This is the internet, though, and that is what happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to, you know, to tell, you know what I'm saying, that it was me. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all can't see, let me make sure y'all can see this really good. Y'all see the name, y'all see the email, and she sent me, look, she sent this to me. To who? activechucks@gmail.com. co.wheeler.texas.us. That's an official website when you got US. That's an official facility. So if you go here, let's go to the motion brief and support. So we could go here. So the state argued against his motion to suppress, which he said illegal search and seizure. So they suppressed the evidence. They showed y'all. Let me make sure y'all can see that. So y'all can see all of that. This is what I got. I got everything. Do y'all see Channel Black on here? Do y'all see Channel Black on here? Let me see, what day did I get this from her? Let me see what day I got this from her, right? This date, what date was this? This was September 11th, 2024, right? I got this paperwork. Not, I didn't get it from E-Band Films. I didn't get it from Death of the Clout Chasers or the nigga looking for a handout, because that's all he mom do. He look for a handout for content. He don't do journalistic research. This is why them dudes hate me. They hate me, but they admire me. You know what I'm saying? Even Veggie Wrong always talk about he give me my props, right? And I'm not trying to get props from him. It's just a known fact that's established. I do great journalistic research. That's what these dudes don't. They'll panel all kind of rumors and with no support, no nothing, trying to run it up. And that's why they don't last that long. So on defendant's motion to suppress came up for consideration. Upon consideration of the testimony and exhibit before the court, it is the opinion of the court that defendant's motion to suppress evidence should be denied. It is therefore ordered that defendant's motion to suppress evidence is denied. This is what Byron Blake is telling you in the paperwork. You can see that he's lying. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fact, right? So Wack is sitting here lying to y'all, talking about illegal search and seizure. The illegal search and seizure was filed under the claims that it under the motion to suppress, and there it was denied. The brief in support of defendant's motion to suppress, right? The indictment. This is Cash McElroy Jones. Y'all see that? Birthday 4/17/77. Y'all see this stamp from the clerk right here? Clerk, Willard County, Texas. Willard County, Texas. Y'all see the date of the stamp? January 26, 2006. This is the day that his indictment went through. The witnesses, Darren Chase, that's the deputy, right? This is how you know somebody knows how to research, get paperwork, request documents, etc., right? This is the motion to dismiss. It was dismissed in the interest of justice. Y'all see that? It didn't say that the evidence was insufficient, and that would be if this motion to suppress was one, that motion was granted, it would be insufficient evidence because now they don't got the guns. They had dismissed it. The defendant was sentenced in another case. No, it wasn't that. The complaining witness has requested dismissal. No, there was no other witness requesting dismissal. The case will be refiled. No, they weren't going to refile the case. The defendant is unapprehended. No, the defendant is deceased. No, he's still alive. The defendant has been granted immunity. No, other in the interest of justice. That's why the case was dismissed. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted y'all to get that. I sent it to Byron Blake and anybody else who wants the documents without a clout chaser like Channel BLK trying to claim the work that somebody else put in. Imagine, for the hood nigga, imagine you out here, nigga, gang bang, right? Trolling the hood, you and your dog, y'all on the handlebar, you got 4-5, that nigga got the 9, you nigga, hey, where you niggas from, blood? That brim, lie, y'all active every single day, G'd up, get your money, patrol the set, let niggas know what y'all doing, right? Y'all catch some ops, y'all beat the nigga up, boom. Y'all put down the demo. Y'all catch some other niggas, y'all pop the nigga, boom, pow. Leg shot, let's just say a leg shot, you know what I'm saying? You catch the nigga, leg shot, boom, bam, right? This other nigga come in after both of those demonstrations, and he goes and tells everybody he wasn't even there. He comes after the demonstrations, and he tells everybody he the one that popped the nigga in the leg. He's the one that boo-bopped and stomped out the other opposition. The enemy go. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of nigga we dealing with. This nigga's a square from Delaware, nigga. This nigga ain't from LA. Nigga, you don't have an interest in or have any politics that will require you or expect you to do such research and flame these niggas up. Worse than that, the nigga Imam is in debt to the clout chasers, which WACK100 owns the trademark to. He took the name. This nigga's Channel Black Imam worked for Cheeseburger Chuck, who got cyber robbed by CS2 back for the channel. So in other words, he's an unpaid employee of 100 EBT, nigga. That nigga, this the nigga we talking about, but that's what he was essentially doing for the Main Street case, paperwork, Channel BLK, like he just really got that, right? Like he really got that. And now this paperwork I just showed y'all, nasty work. I'm gonna play the Debbie what you call it tonight, so y'all just tap in. But let's get to this last video by Byron Blake. This was 6 hours ago. Byron Blake is on a tear, nigga. He is dissecting this shit on CS2 back. He not letting go, nigga. He like a pit bull terrier, nigga. That nigga locked on that nigga. He ain't that nigga shaking, nigga. He was just being surgical. Now he's starting to shake. He can sense the kill. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, bro.
100 has responded to being exposed. So on today's episode of WACK100 Exposed, we gonna rewind back through time a little bit, and we gonna address what really put Wack on my radar. This is what really made me know that Wack is a liar and that he literally uses the internet to spin narratives for his own personal gain or agenda. Now, for those of you who may not know, a couple years back, I had an encounter with a battle rapper down in Atlanta. It really could have been some simple man-to-man activity, but of course, he was afraid, and so, you know, he hid behind some other people. It happens, you know, but me, I'm win, lose, or draw. I don't care if I'm 1 deep and y'all 20 deep, or if I'm 20 deep and y'all 1 deep. If I got an issue, I'm going to address it. And if we can handle it like men, between men, then that's how I'm going to do it. But, you know, sometimes you run into people that feel like this.
Lysol knows little hands deserve big protection. Kill 99.9% of germs.
Byron Blake is cooking.
I'm your child and I'm in prison. Why are you scamming?
Good.
Saving for
popcorn.
I had a problem with something. I said, why you ain't approach me? I don't have to approach niggas. I'm rich, bro. I don't have to approach niggas like you. Fuck out of here. I don't have to approach niggas like
weird.
And what's understood ain't got to be explained. You know, like I say, I'm win, lose, or draw. And a lot of these guys, they get on the internet and play tough, but they heart ain't really like that. Which brings me to the point of this video. The Texas case is not the first time that I caught Wack in a lie. Now, shortly after this tough guy act down in Atlanta, some drama just so happened to show up at Dude's doorstep down in Atlanta. Now, the ironic part about this is, after this happened, Dude get on the internet and say, man, if you got a problem with me, come to me as a man. Funny, right? But yeah, I'm assuming that Wack knew that he was working with the police. He was cooperating. He was snitching. And so Wack jumped out there and tried to spin a narrative for him. This was a key moment in my decision to start paying attention to how Wack moves in the industry, because it was in this moment that I actually knew for a fact that Wack will get on the internet and lie. Like this whole, I'm gonna let y'all hear the story, but it's completely made up. And it was in this moment that I knew Wack will get on here and lie. He'll call somebody a snitch without really even believing that they a snitch, ever even seeing paperwork. He will make up a story to go with his accusation. And I saw that right here in this moment. Now, of course, you know I called him out on it. Yo, WACK100. Step into my office, homie.
Look at old boy Hitman holler his girl, bro.
Yeah.
These niggas said,
yeah.
Look, it's a nigga telling already. They already called. They got all them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They already called. You always talk about they already.
We put a bunch of names in the hat of celebrity addresses that they pulled off the internet, and whoever name they pulled, that's who house they was gonna go run up in, just on some goofy shit. Saw that nigga, watch this, saw that he was at the football game in another state. Dumbo niggas, pay attention. So they like, he ain't home, we gonna go up there, but his girl there the whole time.
Now, I don't know where this nigga got this information from, but that's what we here to find out. As y'all can see, on March 7, 2023, a records request was made. Dear blank, Gwinnett County received an open records request from you on March 7, 2023. Your request mentions suspect arrest records, suspect arrest incident report. Gwinnett County has reviewed his files and has determined that there are no responsive documents to your request. This case has been suspended until new information comes in. No suspects have been identified. Now, I ain't the smartest dude in the world, but I'm pretty sure that in order for these guys to have been arrested and snitching and you to know about it, that would mean they had to have contact with the police first.
Nasty work.
Now, as we can see from these documents, clearly that's not the case. What does seem to be the case is WACK100 getting on these platforms on social media and just running his mouth. He accusing people of being snitches. He's saying that he saw paperwork that he didn't see. He claiming to have details and information about cases and situations.
All that means is he has no credibility. So all of these niggas working with him, the Sadie Nashes, the 1090 Jakes, right? The Crip Cops, Christopher Love Boys, Loose Cannon, Death of the Clout Chasers, Imam, Channel Black, the nigga Ghost with crazy lizard eyes, the Bud Wise Bud Wise. These niggas got no credibility, bro. They're not authentic. They don't know what the fuck they talk about. But y'all go get fed all of this bad food. These niggas is feeding y'all bad dope, nigga. And y'all running back to it. Y'all supporting the motherfucking trap house with the bad dope, nigga. And I've been telling y'all, Duse M, Yael, Scandalous Los Angeles, Smoked Out TV, Fan West TV, Stand Only Media. We've been telling y'all, these niggas pumping bad dope out the spot. Y'all niggas going to cop from them niggas. So what that make you niggas? It's nasty work, bro.
That don't even exist. Now, this is where it gets tricky. This makes Wack look biased, and it also make it look like he's creating propaganda. According to these documents, Hitman actually did cooperate with police. While the police were on scene talking to the victim and a witness, Hitman spoke to the police while on FaceTime.
Please ask the nigga, do we have any conflicts in the streets, any beef? The nigga got on FaceTime with the police and sent them some videos of niggas who he think is suspects.
Yeah, that's telling. But listen, I'm gonna tell Blood today on Power Road. If Blood did that, he need to be held accountable for that.
These niggas crazy as a motherfucker, man. Playing with my girl, like my girl could have died. Y'all niggas talking some snitching, all this other dumbass shit. I wasn't even fucking there. Never gave no motherfucker police nothing, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Is Holla a street nigga or a civilian?
You'd have to ask him. I've never met him.
Okay, look. Okay, well, listen.
He a businessman, no, but he
wait, hold on. If he's a street nigga, you can't make a statement or give out no videos or information about anything, right?
Not that leads to.
All right, okay.
What kind of
so look,
let him talk, bro.
No statements.
Y'all just heard that man say, I ain't give out no videos. I ain't make no statements. And look at Wack up there. He know he lying too. Wack know he lying. But take a look.
That light wasn't hit that.
Right now, I'm the front door was open, but I don't see nobody on my rig. I got ring camera, I got the garage camera, and I got the back door camera. So I don't see nobody.
Okay. Yeah, and that's over because your girlfriend, she went to the hospital. Obviously, I'm sure your friend told you. I don't know the status as of right now, man. But like I said, the cameras are huge. I'm gonna try to keep going around to neighbors, see if I can get some video. But some pops up, please let us know.
Can you check the back window for me, sir? Please, I'm sorry. That's only my request. Please, if you go in the backyard, you're gonna go through the fence. There's that window right there. It'll be a blind spot. Okay. I want to know if that window was broken out or either back window broken out.
Did you have any problems with anybody recently?
a month ago, somebody walked up to our door, like it was like 10 o'clock p.m., and they walked in the garage at 10 o'clock it was dark. They was walking through my driveway, they walked to the porch, and a ring bell said, camera recorded, and he stopped in his tracks, and he said, I'm sorry, wrong house, and he turned around. That was a month and like 4 days.
Okay. Immediately, this officer asked, have you had any problems with anybody lately? And I know that seems like a routine question when you investigating a situation like this, but no, that wasn't a coincidence. That was actually the same officer who responded to the first call.
What happened to help us out? Because obviously that lady in there got shot. And I'm sure her boyfriend, I know who her boyfriend is, obviously. I'm sure he would like to know who these people are who shot her.
I don't know who they are. I just saw...
I'm just saying, I'm sure he would like to know who they are.
Yeah.
Because I've been over here before, so I know. I mean, he seemed like a decent guy to me, so.
Yeah,
right. He's a musician, right?
Yeah, he's a solid dude.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude.
Like I said, he was nice to me. I dealt with him. It was just for some suspicious person coming up, so.
Now, y'all heard the officer say he dealt with Hitman about this incident. According to this incident, it was August 31st, 10:47 p.m. when the police received a call from the complainant about pulling up to the house and seeing a black male at the door with a black hoodie on, blue jeans, and a blue COVID mask. Yeah, that's him. See that down there? The black G-Wagon, the one that he always liked to floss. Also, according to this paperwork, the complainant was at the corner when he saw the male walking away from the door. So you at the corner, you get a ring notification to your phone. You talking to dude through the ring camera from the corner. And instead of just pulling up to the house, you call the police? Yeah, it seemed like you really are scared to just approach people one-on-one. So yeah, that officer being familiar with the situation, of course, because he's the one who responded to the call, brought that up on purpose. And then he asked him about the video. Watch this.
792-445.
All right, do you still have that video?
Yeah, I got that. She got that video. So yeah, I'm gonna get out her phone. She got that video.
All right, if you got that video, is there an email? I mean, do you have the video or does she have the video?
I would see. It might be on my phone too. She might have sent it to me, so I can send it to his phone.
Oh yeah, if you want to send it to your buddy's phone and then he can send it to our phone, that'd be great.
I'm just sending him the Axon link.
Yeah, if you can send.
I'm gonna do that too, but can y'all please check that window for me so I can know? I just need to know because it's really bad. I don't want to know if their back window busted. I don't want to know how they got in this house without my mom going on.
Okay, we'll let you know here in a sec.
Yes, sir. Get a number to send you this video. This is the video from Gerald about somebody that showed up to his house.
Hey, y'all just heard him say this the video from Gerald. Look at him trying to be slick. He trying to get a video to dude and have, hey, yeah, go ahead and get him this real. Yeah, I ain't getting no police, nothing. Man, come on, man. Who you think you playing with? You know what you did. And dude know what you did. Wack know what you did too. That's why he got on here and volunteered that lie for you. He just didn't expect that somebody would actually have knowledge. I knew it was a lie as soon as I heard it. He wasn't expecting that. So I had to go get the FOIA request done so I could come back with the paperwork to prove that it was a lie to the people. But as soon as I heard it, I knew it was a lie. You've been down there calling the police every time you see a shadow. But of course, they got an image to sell. So they want to get on the internet and play like gangsters and play tough when they in crowds of people. But just like real cowards, as soon as somebody catch up with them, get up with them when they by themselves, now it's 911. Please help me.
Okay. What I'm going to do is let me. That's your phone? Okay, I'm going to send you a link to your phone and you can upload that video onto that link. Okay. All right. And your phone number, once again, make sure I have it correctly, is. All right, stand by. Let me send you that link.
It's an upload?
Yes, sir.
Do it via text?
Yes, sir. Would that be better if I send a text or?
Yeah, if you text it, it'll be better because I can just reply to the text.
Okay. All right. Let me do that right now. And what is this video of?
It was, I mean, I didn't look at it, but they were asking him about some people that showed up to his house like August 20th at around 10 p.m.
The police asked the nigga, do we have any conflicts in the streets, any beef? The nigga got on FaceTime with the police and sent them some videos of niggas who he think is suspects.
Yeah, that's telling. But listen, I will tell. I'm gonna tell Blood today on Paul Road. If Blood did that, he need to be held accountable for that.
I know a lot of y'all think that when Wack talks, he really means it. I know that. I know a lot of y'all. If Wack said he got the paperwork, he got the paperwork. If Wack said they were snitching, they snitch. I know a lot of y'all. But as y'all can see from this instance right here, dude has an agenda to push. It's all about who he's working with and working for at the time. He will create a story just to say somebody is a snitch, or he will create a story just to say that somebody isn't a snitch, just so he can continue to push his line. Now, this one right here is kind of crazy because he didn't take the 6ix9ine approach. Y'all see how he deals with 6ix9ine knowing he snitched, but he actually just says like, yeah, he cooperated, but he is civilian. He wasn't never supposed to be around that. You know, he don't take that approach with dude. He flat out, no, if he told, he got to be held accountable for that. And that's because, again, dude present himself as a quote unquote street nigga. But what street nigga you know calling the police because he sees somebody at his house that he don't recognize from down the street instead of just going home and dealing with it himself? What street nigga you know calling the police and telling them, hey, somebody just got shot over here. I got a video. It might not be nobody, but it could lead you to somebody. And that's what happened. He gave them all of this information and stuff, but it's vague. It's probably people that you can't even really identify based off what he giving them. And so they were never able to track these people down and find them. But you gave them the information to find these people. Ask yourself this. Why is Wack trying to sweep this under the rug? Why isn't Wack promoting this? Why isn't Wack calling Hitman out for acting like a gangster, acting like he tough, acting like a banger, and then calling and cooperating with the police at the first sign of danger? Isn't this what he preach against all the time? I got a problem with fake gangsters. I got a problem with guys pretending that they street. Ain't this what he preach against? He the one saying the streets is dead, man. If you out here acting like you tough and this, and then you gonna turn around and go snitch, man. The streets dead. This is what he say out of his own mouth almost every day. But yet he trying to sweep this one under the rug. Ask yourself why that is. Hey, man. Hit that like button for me, man. You gotta hit that like button. This 2 for 2, Wack. This twice that you've been caught lying red-handed and you're not addressing it. You can do all of the deflecting that you want to do. It does not change the fact that you told me the feds couldn't pick your case up because they couldn't prove that you crossed state lines. But then I see that you made a statement to them telling them that you were crossing state lines multiple times. It also won't change the fact that Hitman cooperating with the police and you made up a story trying to cover that up. Who does that? What real nigga you know do stuff like that? If he telling, he telling. Leave me a comment though. Let me know what you think about this situation. I know a lot of y'all used to Wack lying. Y'all know he be lying, but what you think about him getting caught red-handed in these 2 lies and being unable to produce any type of facts at all? Like, let me know.
Bro, I told people about this 3 years ago. 3 years ago. We could grab it right now, right? What we not gonna do, we got the paperwork on Lamonte on the Hunting side. After I called him out for the fade, we finna go to it right now. We finna go to it right now, bro. And we gonna get this out to y'all, right? We got the paperwork on Lamonte right now. Let me pause this. The G homie calling me. Hold on. All right, now holler at the G homie. Let me take y'all back, man. When this nigga lied, man, this shit ain't gonna take that long. You know what I'm saying? Hey, calm down, boy. Don't start that, because I will get up in your business. You know what I'm saying? So let's fast forward it. I call him up for the fade.
Yeah.
Bro, you
could have been on.
We already said we gonna get
building, bro. You got knocked. Fat lover, man. Niggas don't care about nothing about you. Niggas don't respect.
One mic.
Hey, yo, one mic. How you gonna sit here and talk about the paperwork when you checking Snow Billy paperwork and you sit down with him? You put his paperwork out there. Ain't that your politics, you bitch ass nigga? Fuck is you talking about?
Hey,
That nigga just paperwork too. About you. Niggas don't respect.
Now we got paperwork. Get the fuck out of here, Wack.
Nigga don't respect your game, bro. This nigga on here pumping his there like J-Rock ain't knock you out, my nigga.
All right, yeah, here you go.
You got knocked out, bro. You can lie
Bro,
all you
ain't no, but I'm not even entertaining that shit, nigga. And Wack would have got knocked out at Rolling Loud.
You got up off that ground talking about what's up, J-Rock.
I'm not even entertaining. But Lamonte, what you won't do, we back in the 100 show. I'm finna put the paperwork up on Lamonte. Y'all come check it out.
So, yeah, Byron Blake, we definitely, since then, been telling people that that's what was going on. But niggas said, oh, he's a hater. That's what these YouTube niggas, oh, he's a cloud chaser. Oh, it's cool for a nigga to do that. And as long as y'all can make money up off of it, off of clicks and likes, right? Y'all weird ass niggas continue to support this nigga. Continue to pump bad dope. And now your brand is Thruvo. Niggas ain't running up in your trap for nothing. Go look at the numbers of these niggas that was running this fake content and these fake narratives. A lot of them ain't here no more, bro. That's a fact. So we finna get into this real quick. Dream Foreign, Never Living Life Born. Dream Foreign and his old set tripping ass. I really gonna have to have a conversation with old set tripping ass Dream Foreign, nigga. You diss one brim, you diss all of them, nigga. And you way out there. The internet is not for gangbanging. That cyber gangbang shit is weird, nigga. That shit is not gangster, nigga. Take some chili up off that hot dog. You putting too much on it. Now let's get to this real quick. Dream Foreign, Never Living Life Born.
Reasons for dismissal under the interest of justice. Just go Google it. Texas, nigga. There you go.
Wow. So, Big, you say WACK100 the police. What is your thoughts on that? WACK100 is the police.
Man, what's happening? It's your boy Dreaming Foreign, Never Living Life Born. Now I'm going to go ahead and get right to it. Today we got some paperwork, and we also got a conversation that we want to bring up about WACK100. Now, I got this information from Byron Blake. Shout out to the Army. And he was informing the world, just like Duse M and other people have been informing the world about WACK100.
Credit on that, Dream
Texas.
Foreign. Salute to you for being one of the ones that been here, that watched it, that admit, informing the world, just like Duse M. Just like Duse M. Ever since that day, I called him out for the fade, and he lied on my name, nigga, and turned down that fade and been ducking that fade. Nigga been on that nigga head like white on rice, nigga, and it ain't gonna stop. So all you niggas that be in the comments, oh, that's enough about WACK100, nigga, you don't tell me when it's enough. Nigga, I ain't no motherfucking light switch. You can just turn up and turn off when the fuck you want to, nigga. I go. 0 to 100 real quick. And I'm expose that bitch ass nigga. If you don't like it, fuck you too, nigga. Nigga, suck my dick. Let's go, man.
Now, for years and years, a lot of people have ignored it. And WACK100 has actually requested you to actually look into it. And this is why reading is fundamental and also comprehension. Because if you can look and see and have some common sense, WACK100 has stated multiple times that he had this gun case dropped And he's also stated that he's been in prison when he was a youth. So that means he's a convicted felon. When you're a convicted felon, that applies in every state, especially Texas. Now, he also claims that due to an illegal search, that is the reason why the gun case was dropped. Now, I find that hard to believe, especially in a state like Texas, where if you're a felon, it is hard for you to obtain another firearm. But I'm about to chop and screw a lot of these audio clips that I obtained, and y'all gonna be able to hear for yourself and have a real breakdown of why WACK100 has a lot of things to explain now.
Georgia's a gun-toting state.
Yeah, no, but not for no felons. Not for no convicted felons. Not for no niggas.
In that situation.
And we coming from St. Louis, nigga. That's a Fed case waiting to happen.
The feds couldn't touch me because they couldn't prove I crossed state line.
According to this paperwork, these events happened in Wheeler County, Texas.
Alrighty, Robert Cass Jones. This incident took place in Texas right here, man. So this is a fact. This paperwork is stating that you were arrested in Texas right now, or this actual incident took place in Texas. This right here is in black and white. We can read all together. I know a lot of y'all, was in them classes, so I need y'all to read this slowly, and then we're going to move forward and let the audio play it.
Also, according to this paperwork, on April 16th, 2005, Public Safety Trooper Darren Chase was on routine patrol on Interstate 40 in Wheeler County, Texas, when he conducted a traffic stop of a brown 2005 Cadillac passenger car for traveling 77 miles per hour in an area where the posted speed limit was 70 miles per hour.
To all my local and international trap stars out there, when you going over state lines, go 72, 73, 75, as you can see in this paperwork, the police will arrive. Now, Cass Jones, it seemed like he was a brookie, and he also was in another place. So they was going to break down that cookie. But y'all sit back and hear the rest of this. Hey, man, it's getting crazier, sentence by sentence. But y'all sit back and just listen.
Driver, later identified as Cash McElroy Jones, that he had been stopped for speeding. The defendant replied that he was a truck driver and always runs about 5 miles per hour over the speed limit.
Truck driver, not Paru, truck driver, nigga. Nigga over here, oh man, we go 5 miles per hour all the time. Ass nigga. You over here telling the police shit, making excuses. See, your whole life, you deflect. Just like in this traffic, this was about to be a regular ticket, but you just wasn't clicking. And now, man, this shit about to be crazy, man. Y'all sit back and relax, man, because Wack, hey, man, this shit looking crazy, Jack.
That they were going to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the funeral. Trooper Chase observed that during the time he was running the routine driver's license check, that Cass Jones, the driver of the vehicle, could not stay still.
The fact that you guys allow WACK100 to be the messiah of paperwork, and that region's supposed to be the king of checking paperwork, but it seems that nobody besides very little has checked WACK100's paperwork. This right here is a big error right here. He's a felon, and he got caught with firearms allegedly in Texas, and this is a paper trail behind it. So I think a lot of my YouTubers, man, I need y'all to go ahead and sit back and do some research, man, and figure out what's really going on or whatnot, and see if Cass Jones can explain what was really going on. But hey, y'all leave y'all thoughts and opinions in the comments section. But until next time, it's your boy Dreamer Foreign. Never living life boring.
Shout out Dream Foreign TV, man. Y'all go subscribe to him, man. He been doing this thing, man. Salute, man. Salute to Dream Foreign TV. But yeah, man, I couldn't have said that better myself. Well articulated with his sense, his sick sense of humor. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button. Salute to the Blue Rinse Mob. We gonna flame these niggas up tonight. Tap in, cause you know we finna have Debbie there. We out. Damu Kiwe Conversations.